Hello everybody, it's me, Jen, and I'm nothing if not intense. And yes, it's still Sunday, August 26th. It's all about you guys. No, seriously. I just have to get some of this stuff out of my brain. We're going to talk about Officer Levi Hancock here for a few. In the final report, says he was working his normal duties as a SWAT officer when he received notification of an active shooter and responded to the Mandalay Bay. He donned his tactical equipment and entered the casino where he met with patrol officers. Blah, 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 blah. Throughout the scanner traffic, the first time we hear him come over the radio, the dispatcher says, I don't have Zebra 20 logged on. I've always thought that was a little, a little weird, because typically that's the first thing an officer is going to do is log in. That's what they are supposed to do, log in when they're working so they can be accounted for and things like that. However, so apparently he wasn't logged in, but he was working his normal duties as a SWAT officer. Apparently he had his body-worn camera on his person. He just never turned it on. I mean, what are the chances? He's the first one through that door, but his body-worn camera isn't on. I did find, and I just saw this today, but it was uploaded back in June. I don't know exactly when it was taken, but it's a recording, and it's with Scott Nicholas, who is the VP of the Las Vegas Police Association, Vice President of the Las Vegas Police Protective Association. And they're talking about Levi, basically, and his body-worn camera, and this is from Aces Wild MMA. Thank you. I will put the link in the description. But let's see what Scott Nicholas has to say.
Understand or can explain why a lot of times the videos disappear when they when they come into the hands of the LVMPD.
What videos?
I think there was a man named Hancock.
Sorry guys.
Right? Yeah, that's about his video. I guess apparently his camera wasn't on.
Do you know why?
No, that's how I was.
Do you have any idea why?
No, but I'm hoping you can tell me.
So here's think of this.
Okay.
You're a SWAT operator.
Yeah.
Okay? You're out doing whatever with your family.
Yeah.
And you hear about this horrific call.
Oh, was he out duty?
He was off duty. See, that's the part you guys missed.
No, that's why
so then he runs. He throws on a jacket, luckily with charges.
Yeah.
And he goes to be a hero.
Okay.
And everybody thinks about the camera. Well, the camera's still on the dock. You don't want to grab your camera. Well, stop everything. Take care of.
That's why I'm asking.
So that's why he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Just because he's doing something heroic.
Yeah.
And we're not thinking about the camera.
Well, that's.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the last thing you worry about. And that thing's on a dock, being charged for the next time we go on duty.
Okay.
Not because you're jumping in your vehicle, just like me. I didn't have a camera. Nobody cares, all right?
Well, I don't know. So I think some
because
people.
I was off duty.
Yeah.
But I showed up.
Yeah.
970 people were involved in that event. Most of them didn't have cameras.
I have another question, unrelated. And
if you're being shot at in a patrol car, you're gonna get up.
Hold on a second. He just said 970 people. I think he meant 970 officers were involved in that event. Unbelievable. However, that's close. I was being conservative on my calculations some months ago, just from the amount of strike teams and the number within a strike team. I estimated between 750 and 800, something like that, officers. So, Scott here just told us there were 970 officers. For one lone gunman, a geriatric lone gunman, who was in failing health, apparently, but he was good enough to to shoot from 3 different places, use 14 rifles, kill 58 people, wound 849 people in a matter of 10 minutes. And then it took 970 fucking officers to get the situation under control. Huh. That is a pretty wild story right there. But that's what they're telling us. So anyway, let's continue with Scott Nichols.
Out and get to safety, you can worry about turning your camera. You.
I don't know.
What would you do?
I'm not a police officer.
I know. What would you do? Your kids for safety, right? What if your kids were being shot at? Would you grab them and run for safety? Or would you worry about turning your camera on so someone later can go, oh my God, you didn't have your camera on. You're a horrible person.
I think if I didn't have my camera
You'd be a man and you'd take care of your family.
I think the camera might be the last thing on my mind, but...
Correct. That's all. Human beings trying to do heroic things.
Yeah.
And that's what they did that night.
I have another question. This one...
So, to answer your first question,
yeah.
The film didn't disappear. There never was one.
Okay.
There's no camera.
I think that's not the whole... That might not be a perfect example, but I think
that is a perfect example. Okay. Because that's one of the things that everybody did that night. Because if you were there, people were in gun belts, flap jackets, tack vests, duty belts, ready to go out there and fight for their community to stop this threat in shorts, just like your dress, but with a gun belt and with a vest or a tack vest, sometimes not even a vest, and lined up by the hundreds. And I stood there and watched them line up, ready to go into the fight.
And there's people with conspiracy theories and all that,
Sure.
and then when the records weren't released, it probably adds to that. Yet I think the sheriff...
Well, you're assuming that they weren't released, but you don't know what was there to not know.
Well,
if it got released or not. You're just making an assumption.
Yeah.
Because they want a conspiracy, because they want another shooter. But the reality is, we had one crazy guy with a whole lot of guns and a whole lot of ammo.
Yeah, I'm not
killed
saying,
a whole bunch of people. And
I'm not suggesting there was another shooter. Another shooter. But
what would we have to hide?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, what would we have to hide?
Yeah, but there was a court battle.
If there was another guy, or if the court battle was because our friends and families and their children, our friends that her and I watched grow up, were shot in that event, okay? Legs blown apart, shot in the back, paralyzed, all those things. And do they want to see that every single day with people that fell? There's officers stood there with their body cam, and people like you and her are murdered and falling with the gore and all the stuff. Is that what they really want to see? Do they need to relive that again?
Well, I think some people want to make that decision for
themselves. Some people have a warped sense of humor. Fucked up for it.
Yeah.
And what they should think about is the families that were murdered, and their families that were lost, and their loved ones that were lost, and their children that were lost. That's what they should care about. They should go. They should go thinking about them first instead of their own gruesome little self-righteous bullshit.
Yeah, but I think by law, certain
by law the stuff's being released.
My last question is, your name. I want to shake your hand.
My name is Scott Nichols, Vice President of the Las Vegas Police Protective Association. Okay. Nice to meet you.
Okay,
good luck with your conspiracy. We got my good side.
I don't actually have a conspiracy, sir, and I appreciate your answers. I thought they made sense.
They do.
Did you run your previous campaign on transparency? My question is, do you feel like you've been transparent?
Yes, absolutely.
What would they have to hide? Gee, I don't know. Maybe a major terrorist attack? And if people were scared to come to Las Vegas, that's tourism is it. Tourism is it. And the MGM Grand, between their taxes and their room taxes, and their MGM resorts account for 13.6% of the county's budget. So, we're talking some dollars there. They could not have this be a terrorist attack. They could not have people think that they were not safe in Las Vegas. And I know that the tourism is, a lot of people are employed in that arena, and it's connected to so many things. However, I find it appalling to hide those facts due to money It's all money. It's all about the money. They can't lose the money. They can't lose the tourists. That's part of it, for sure. Oops. From the beginning, the press conferences. I want the public to feel safe. I want the public to feel safe. You're safe. No, they weren't. There were guys running around all night in the valley with rifles, assault rifles, shooting. It was not a good scene at all. It was very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. However, Sheriff Joe wanted you to think that you were just safe as could be. Meanwhile, the dispatchers are telling people, don't move, turn your phone off, shelter in place, stay where you are, don't go near the strip. If you can get away as fast as you can. They were saying those things for a reason, because it was dangerous. It was not the place to be that night. So it was not safe within 2 hours, or 4 hours, or 6 hours, or even 8 hours. It wasn't. There were many, many people out there wishing to do a lot of harm to that valley. So that's what they had to hide. That's what they still are hiding. But I thought it was interesting that, this Scott guy was pretty confident that Levi was off duty, grabbed his stuff real quick, but didn't grab his camera, and that's why there's no body-worn camera. Final report says something different. This isn't our first rodeo of inconsistencies with anything that comes out of this department. Everything is controversial. So, the last thing I want to touch on, and I don't even really know what to say about this, because this is something. Check this out. How would you like to get a Zebra 20 Las Vegas shooting charity patch? On October 1st, 2017, the U.S. was subjected to the worst mass shooting in its history. This limited edition patch is meant to honor the victims of this horrible act by paying homage to the police unit that responded to the shooter's hotel room. All profits will be donated to charity to help the victims of this tragedy. There you have it. That is something right there. I estimate about a whole 3 of those patches will be sold. I personally will not be buying one, and I don't even, like I said, I don't even know what to say about this. I thought maybe this is something that you guys would want to know that's out there. And that's about all I can say about that. Well, I am back to the drawing board. I'll be getting with you guys soon. Thanks so much for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. I put a lot of time and work, and like every video is like having a baby, and it's difficult and it hurts, and then I want to protect it. So I gotta toughen up a little bit, but I thank you for all your support, and we'll talk soon.